evening, everyone. Today we are recording group discussion video 3. Let's introduce ourselves first. My name is Eng An Chi. My matrix number is 202595.
My name is Mok Ling Ying. My matrix number is 202546.
My name is Delia Tamir. My matrix number is 202423.
My name is Nur Atira. My matrix number 200938.
My name is Gawanti. My matrix number is 202929.
My name is Ain Shafiqah. My matrix number is 202747.
My name is Nur Farisha. My matrix number is 203242.
My name is Lim Chi Chen. My matrix number is 201741.
Today we are going to select two news related to environment. And let's start our discussion now. Start from Atira.
So, hi everyone. So today I'm gonna start our discussion about the section of environment. So I already choose my article from the star2.com by Sim Lui Lui on 24 of September of 2019. The title of my article is "Why Not Have a Plastic Bag?" So just tax the people using plastic bag. So will imposing a tax on plastic help to reduce its consumption? So that's the question. And that is the possibility that Denmark government wants to study. So this plastic tax is already happened in Denmark. So people in Denmark, which reportedly the first country that applied the plastic tax to introduce to their people. So the Finland has a tax on a single-use plastic. So do you know that in 1993, Denmark used only 4 single plastic bag in a year? On the other hand, the Malaysian use 300 plastic bag in a year. So we can see that there is like a huge difference over there. So that is why this article firstly to warn the people out there about the plastic usage. I believe that this article can tell the people to no longer use plastic. So that's it from me.
Yeah, the plastic need to decrease the usage of plastic, because for my article is to concern about the rise of microplastic in the stomach of mackerel. There is a type of fish then caught in southern Thailand. According to the researcher, they have a mackerel which mistake the tiny pieces of the plastic, and then they eat them and then they die. Yeah, because of plastic. The center urged people to instead get full awareness of the problem to join in tracking the sea garbage crisis. The Thai social media has widely shared and discussed about this problem, because the pieces of microplastic on average in the stomach of the fish has been increased. Then they realized that the garbage may have impact on the food chain in the sea of the beach, which is the habitat of the large number of affordable commercial fish. So the researcher in the past few months took 60 mackerel from the fishermen and conduct lab tests in the stomach of the fish. And then they found that they have approximately 78 pieces of microplastic, which is invisible from the naked eyes, and then in the stomach of the fish. So actually this problem is not only in Thailand, but is a global issue. Then I hope that this issue can be emphasized and then have the awareness from the public. So I hope that can put inside our publicity for the awareness. Thank you.
Okay, may I add up Atira's and One Thing's news? Since nowadays there's a lot of some kind of informal campaign that can lessen the use of plastic, which we know the most popular one, if I'm not mistaken, we are using the metal straw, collapsible straw, instead of plastic straws. And nowadays there's also have a biodegradable plastic bag instead of normal one. Okay, so for my content, I'm going to talk about waste product, which is I can actually give more example. Okay, the news that I'm taking is from News Straits Time about amount of food wasted by Malaysian enough to feed 12 million people per day. That's kind of a lot food waste that Malaysian throw. Okay, so the news is about how much Malaysians waste food every day. Solid Waste Management and Public Cleansing Corporation (SW Corp) Deputy Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Diah Wahari said Malaysians threw away 16,688 tons of food daily. Okay, the fact that I choose this is because we need to raise awareness of not just only food wasted, but a lot of waste products such as chemical waste. Okay, for example, Malaysian waste, we know that Malaysian waste a lot of food, and there's a lot of people out there, such as, for example, in South Africa, that's starving from malnutrition and for hunger because of lack of foods that they need to consume, supposedly need to consume. And another example is chemical waste in Pasir Gudang. We know that that is quite popular news, which chemical waste in Pasir Gudang that cause not only for water pollution but air pollution that affect a lot of people, such as like more kids and women, and it can actually cause death. And the fact that I choose the news is because it can raise awareness on how the pollution, not the waste product, not only can cause pollution but can prevent us from being wasteful, I guess. Okay.
For me, that was such a good article that you got there, and it's really useful. And it's kind of give such a public awareness in general. Yeah, so it's a good article.
I got the news from the Star on 29 September 2019 is about the water cuts in Selangor due to pollution. This is a unscheduled water cuts that did not announce to the residents and straight to water cuts. And this will affect the parts of Selangor area, and they may have no water supply for few days. This is the fourth such incident that happened this year to the Selangor resident, and one of the causes is because the contamination had been traced to the sewage treatment facility. We are UPM student also located in Selangor area, and we know that this area always have water cuts, and this water pollution in Selangor area is quite famous and is way more serious compared to the other states. And this is because there are many factories, include illegal factories, that release the waste to the river that cause the pollution, water pollution. I suggest this news can be included in our publications to make awareness to the residents to not this kind of problems, and make report when they saw some factories release this waste to the river.
Okay, for water pollution, we know that, as Lim said, that water is actually things that not things, is water that we use every day. So by presenting the news and including the news can actually raise awareness. Basically, our topics today is raising awareness for not giving more pollution on our mother natures.
Okay, I'm going to share with you guys an international crisis. You guys know what is like a hot topic like Amazon wildfire?
Yes.
I choose this news from CNN Cable News Network by JC Young on 3rd of October 2019. The title is "The Amazon Wildfire Are Causing a Spike in Children Breathing Problem." As we know that wildfire ranging in the Amazon causes the breathing problem and also hospitalization among children in Brazil. This is because the fire released greenhouse gases such as carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, and also a new thing that we maybe all of us never heard about, which is PM 2.5. PM 2.5 particles are like small particle, and it is very dangerous because it is small enough and it will lodge into your lung and then passes into your organ and then into bloodstream. In short term, it will cause inflammation or respiratory problem like the kids face, and then in long term, it will result in cancer. And also, why the children are weak? Because they spend more time outdoor compared to the adults, and also their immune system and respiratory system are still developing, so they are vulnerable to this kind of pollutants. Why I choose this article, and I hope that it can be included in our news publication, because it emphasizes like the consequences and also the harmful effect of wildfire, so that we will know that this kind of thing happen, and then we have to take action, as we know that prevention is better than cure, right? That's all from me.
Yeah, Amazon is also the part of our earth. Yeah, so we need to protect our earth together. So my news is about the Ritz-Carlton Kuala Lumpur supports the worldwide Earth Hour movement. It's from the Star and written by Tracy Key in Kuala Lumpur, March 28 of 2019. So the Ritz-Carlton Kuala Lumpur go out for 1 hour in March 30 to shine a light on climate action in support of Earth Hour 2019. This event, I think all of you know about it, Earth Hour. This event is created by WWF, is World Wildlife and Fund. So to overcome the problems of climate change. So the hotel will participate by turning off the light in 1 hour. So the hotel encourage all the customer to switch off the light. Each year, the Earth Hour will remind us of the importance of this event has in bringing awareness to the pressing issue of climate change. So I hope that this news in our news publication, because nowadays our Earth is polluted very seriously. So I think that this news can bring us to protect our earth together. So we need to support this event, Earth Hour, every year. Yeah. That's all from me. Thank you.
I agree with your article that we need to put this in our article, because this is so important to make all the people realize that we need to take care of our earth. So my next article is I got it from the Guardian News on 19 September 2019. It is about biodiversity touch every aspect of our life. Biodiversity is so important in its own right and essential for current and future generation, which is being destroyed by human activities. As we know, humans do a lot of things that can harm our biodiversity. As the government around the world recognized this at the Earth Summit in Brazil in 1992 and established the Convention on Biological Diversity to protect and conserve biodiversity. For your information, the continued loss of biodiversity is not only an environment issue, but it is also risk undermining the achievement most of the Sustainable Development Goals. If we include this news in our publication, we can start to give awareness to the people, especially the youth, about the importance to start taking action to protect our biodiversity.
I think I will go for the last for this time. Okay. Okay, my article is from the Britannica, and it was posted for about this October, I think. I mean, like for this year's same year. It's about the iceberg. Yeah, as we know that the effect of this climate change nowadays has made the Antarctic melts a lot, right? So I want to tell you a fact that iceberg has give us main effect on climate from the melting of the iceberg. Okay, so the first one will be the effect on mass balance of the parent ice sheets, which is from the Antarctica itself, and also the second one, the influence both ocean structure and global sea level. So this is kind of a serious topic, because in Antarctic Sea there's a 28 million cubic of water that represents for 70% for the total fresh water. So in literal, the mass of the ice sheet is balanced by a process of gain and lose. Such as from the snowfall. Yeah, as we see that from the snowflakes that falls in winter, especially in Antarctica, they're gonna melt, right? So they will melt, which makes the balance in the Antarctic the natural water sea level. And usually the snowfall in Antarctic is about 1,000 cubic. However, if the iceberg calving and the ice shelf melting is greater than the gains of the snowfalls, the global sea levels gonna rise a lot. So it's gonna affect all the the small islands. As we can see that some parts of the islands is already sink. Yeah, this is all the cause from the greenhouse and the global warming. And from what we can hear, which from Atira's plastic effect and from the waste product. So actually, if we're not taking any actions to overcome, we're gonna make our sea level rise more than we can imagine, right? So from me, what do you guys think? The things that we can take action is also from you guys too, which is such as from Atira's, they make a tax on the plastic bags to reduce the consumption of the plastics, right? And also from the one thing, it's about the effects on the ocean fish where they eat lots of plastics, right? So and also from the Earth Hour mock. I think all of our conversation today is really related each other and especially effect of the most important global warming. I think this article, if we can include into our publication, is really useful. And yes, it is our irresponsible to give awareness about the environment to the public, right? So that's all from me about the iceberg situation right now. So can we go for the voting? Okay, the first one from Atira's article. Anyone interested for her article to be published into the Unity? Please raise your hands. Okay. For me, most of us it was about the plastic, right? So it's important for us to know and to publish about it. Okay, the second one from the One Things articles about the ocean fish. The researchers found about the microplastic inside the fish, right? So whoever interested, please raise your hand. Okay, it's about 4 versus 3, right? So the next one from Ain Shafika is about the waste product. So whoever interested with her article, please raise your hands. Yeah, it's about the pollution, the last things. Okay, so the next one, I'm gonna go with my article, iceberg. Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, this I'm shocked about this. Okay, so the next is Lim's articles. I'm interested about her water pollution, especially in Selangor. Yeah, I'm Selangorian, please. Okay, and water pollution is an ongoing situation, right? Usually become our problems in Selangor. The next one is Ng's article. Whoever interested, please raise your hands. Ng's is about Amazon. Okay, so it's about 4. So 4 votes for Ng's article. So the next one is the Earth Hour from Mo. I think Earth Hour is annual year's activities, right?
I was 11. This activity when we still young, younger. We already know of our.
Yeah. So the last one from Delia's article, who are interested, please raise your hands. It's about biodiversity. 1 and 2. So 2. So we're gonna take only 2 articles that we're gonna publish inside our day Unity. So the articles goes to iceberg and also water pollution. From Atira's articles, the awareness on the plastic, from the overall of the Ng's and Atira's can include into the iceberg too, because it's kind of effect of the global warming, right? Climate change. Is it included that the Amazon is about the human activity, right? So it's like the burning and also the illegals too, right? So it's kind of effect with the global warming actually. Yeah. So through the global warming and the use of the non-stop of the use plastics can affect the greenhouse and also give effect to the iceberg. So I think we've got our decisions. Right. So for this time, we're gonna take 2 articles, which is from the icebergs and also from the water pollution. Okay, I think that's all from today's our discussion group discussion 3. Thank you everyone. Bye.